Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy, what is it, Thursday? Happy Thursday to you once more. Quick update from earlier today's analysis, just kind of giving you a heads up on what, kind of where things are at now. Future reference, I just posted this here too. There's a progressive prize pool for Bitunix, $60,000 in benefit rewards. Simply use the link down below to register. Make sure you hit enter now and you're good to go. All you had to do is use my link to register in the first place. So the reason I'm pulling this up here is to kind of give you a quick perspective on the overall scenario here for Bitcoin. Because when we looked at this earlier, we're expecting the price action to pull back down this low liquidation level. It has since done that. It's since recovered. Is the bottom in? That's the question I'm getting. So we're going to find out if that is the case. My speculation is we may not be done pulling back, but the truth is it's too early to tell. There's no other way around it. But the easy way to understand it is that there was a lot of liquidation to the downside here. Look at that, 69.5. We almost swept all of that. And at this point, the liquidation delta has since shifted. At least I'm pretty sure of it. And we take a look here. It was at 1 point almost 10 billion in liquidation. Once again, you have too much liquidation in the market, folks, and it's going to eventually pull back and essentially correct that behavior. So there's way too many longs. I mean, why would you be a late long at 73,000 going into a key level resistance? All-time high? Come on, folks. Wait for it to break first and then trade. Breakout trading is not the strategy. All right, so let's take a look at the back-end data here for Bitcoin, kind of go from there and see where we're at. And I do want to say thank you again so much to everyone in my community here who has been liking the videos and commenting below. Been getting a lot more likes in the videos, and I think that helps get a little bit more views too. So really appreciate that. Helps grow the channel and just keeps this in front of more people who hopefully have a chance of surviving the markets instead of getting destroyed by moon boys that took longs at 73,000. We took a short, by the way. Bitcoin short, we are at 28%. For Bitcoin short for our short there. We closed near protocol, majority of that in profit. Same thing with a Solana short too. So it's been a pretty profitable week for us, the last couple of days rather. And we had to be patient. Like those couple of those trades took 3 days to play out. I've had trades take 1 to 2 weeks in some cases. So while you don't want to hold on for too long, especially if you are in a high leverage trade, you shouldn't be doing that in the first place. You'll get eaten up on fees. The truth is, patience is important when you come into specific areas of resistance or support. So let's look at here. 70,000 is this guy right here. We can see 69,800. As I mentioned earlier, that 2 billion liquidation, gonzo. Bye-bye. Actually, that's 4 billion if you add the 2 up there. But there's still some left. Obviously, you can't sweep it all, but market makers are so uncanny as how perfect they are with those liquidation levels. It is crazy. First of all, we had a fair value gap leading into today at about 70,300. That's all gone too. So the majority of the opposition to the downside is essentially gone. So longs who were either super greedy or took too high leverage, they all got destroyed. And they're pretty much out of the market. And if you look here at this liquidation delta, this is music to my eyes. I don't know if that's the right term, but if you see here, the delta has since shifted to bearish, or more importantly, we have more people shorting in the last 5 days than taking long positions. And that is wonderful to see. Main reason why is because it was too high for too long. It makes no sense to take a long at the top, and obviously when everyone else, Tom, Dick, and Harry is long, that's usually when I start to raise my eyebrows and wonder what the heck. What do they see that I don't? And in this case, they were all unfortunately too greedy. So again, that's why you got secure profits, folks. The ebbs and flows of the trading, it's consistent. Price will pull back inevitably. I know we're at 67,000 1 point, 73,000 next. Now 69.9 or whatever. It changes. Key takeaway, your long-term holding doesn't matter too much, but if you are going to be trading with any sort of leverage, you want to understand that. And take a look at this, your open interest, 69,800. That's where that heavy concentration liquidation was, and now it's gone. So most people, I would say anyone who took a long position from 2 days ago or earlier, they're still in the green. But a majority of these late longs here, look at this open interest here, about 72,000. Ouch. Bummer. Still holding on to that one, I presume. Okay, so anyways, that's all helpful to just kind of build a case, right? What's the overall direction right now? The direction is down, okay? And you don't trade into that. Generally speaking, you don't want to just jump into a long because we're in a dip. You might have some success with that, but statistically, your odds are lower. Anyways, the daily time frame is not bearish, so I want you to recognize that. The macro still looks pretty decent. We take a look here, we're over 50, below 70 on the RSI. It's kind of a sweet spot. I've been talking about money flow index being lower than the RSI as a bad sign. That's exactly why we're seeing the pullback. one of the reasons we're seeing a pullback, never the only reason. And again, folks, if you're seeing like a green dot or a red triangle and some blood diamond or all that crap, be very careful. Some people put that on a pedestal and they search every single time frame for a confirming factor. They find the one they like and they go for it. It's just terrible analysis. You take a well-rounded perspective, you look at a few different time frames, and you make an informed decision. It's never a guarantee. I'm not perfect by any stretch, but I do trade around 80% on average for my swing trades, and that average is high just because I'm careful and I don't take a crap ton of trades. We've only taken 3 trades in the last 7 days, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 or 5 rather. I think it depends on when you pull out the timeline. Needless to say, for the most part, each month I probably only have about 20 to 30 trades on average, unless it's really bullish. So keep that in mind, and I'm mentioning that just with a grain of salt, so you understand that overtrading is a significant problem. People suffer from that consistently. They're getting destroyed left and right because they're just listening to all these other idiots online. House of Crypto, 10x Flames and all that garbage. I mean, come on, guys, get real. Anyways, they're really good at promoting themselves, and while I am too in a way, I like to promote best practice, and I hope you can appreciate that. Anyways, the daily time frame, back on track. We're overall moving average is great. We have a bit of a divergence here, in my personal opinion, not just with stochastic swinging down, but with the MFI being below the RSI, generally not a great sign. MACD's trying to diverge, hasn't yet, so these are just slightly more bearish than bullish. That's all, nothing crazy. But being above the SMAs implies we're still in an ascending trend, and we still want to respect that, and we can't be crazy and try to short to 60,000 or something stupid like that. I do feel like the worst is over for the moment. We'll see how this level holds and go from there. So let's go ahead and clean up this chart a little bit. 4-hour time frame. This is why I felt confident with holding our short position open. We shorted from 73,000 to roughly, I think our second take profit target was, what is it? Hold on. Sorry, I sent a few signals. I forgot. 70,250. So yeah, okay. We took profit there at 70,250. So the whole point of mentioning that is that if you're not getting in and out of the market, you're doing it wrong. You can't just short to zero. We secure profits in those trades. But anyways, the reason why I brought that to your attention is the fact that we lost a 20-day SMA. So that's why I felt comfortable to keep and continue to hold a position open. Losing that level is a pretty significant, I wouldn't say deal breaker, but it's just a shift of momentum. Losing the 20-day SMA on the 4-hour time frame always makes me raise an eyebrow and be like, I am no longer blindly bullish on this coin, okay? So that being said, though, we got some good support here at 69,000. I would say the worst case scenario for us is 68.5 to 69.2 as a rough estimate. Again, spitballing for the moment because we got the 50-day SMA right there and our 0.618 fib level at that golden pocket, which is 68.5 roughly, if you average it out. So 68.5, I think, is probably the immediate worst case scenario. Stochastic is trying to swing up here. I don't put a ton of emphasis on stochastic, but this does tell us that the tentative bottom is in. Well, I'd love to have RSI and money flow index lower. I think we're still, this is like just a little pit stop before the next leg down. That still doesn't give me a lot of confidence because we're under 50 in the RSI. So once again, you don't take a convergence, long on a convergence if you're under key level resistances. You break the resistance and use a convergence, that's better. Okay, so we're not there yet, right? So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be the bearer of bad news like I am 90% of the time, 95%. And I'm gonna have to tell you probably the best trade right now is no trade. That's kind of par for the course. But let's double check the hourly. Where are we at here? Well, lagging span's free and clear, that's a bearish sign. At least because again, it's free and clear of the downside. Conversion line below the baseline, that shows significant momentum, implying taking a long right now is too risky. We're also below the cloud, which is why I drew this guy out here, because there's a strong likelihood we reject off either the cloud and or that fib level at 71,700. So I'd be more than happy to take a second short position at 71,600 as a possible consideration. Will I do that right now in the blind with leverage? Absolutely not. I'm going to wait until that happens. And in fact, I'll probably going to sleep through that. That's how awesome the market is, because it just happens. You can't catch them all, and that's just the way it goes. But if I happen to, that happens to occur while I'm still awake and cognizant, I'll pay attention and see if that's worthwhile taking a trade. Anyways, the whole point of this is we got a pretty significant macro point of control at 72,300. And I say macro, sorry, it's not really that big. It's more so just like the last week's worth of trading. But look at how many people positioned themselves at 72,300. That is so stinking ridiculous. Anyways, it's easy to say now, of course, because the price could have went up, but I was cautiously optimistic in the price going up, but truth is there's a lot of false positives, a lot of breakdowns that were starting to give us kinks in the chain there. And then we could see a little last ditch effort and then did the same thing, last ditch effort, and then the price drops. Okay. A lot of manipulation occurring right now, but you can see the bulls are trying and they're losing control. I would still say they are still losing control. In fact, I had my volume disabled here, but if you do see this look at how trustworthy this is. The price has gone up by how much percent? This isn't that much, but just say in the last 4 hours, it's gone up by 1.5%. Look at how small these volume candles are. That's not good, folks. That's what dead cats look like. They're low volume pumps, and strong likelihood we see Asia open up with some strength to continue the momentum. I have noticed lately that Asian markets, they have a tendency of continuing the trend that's already established. And right now the trend is down. What's going to happen when they open up? Anyways, they may pump it, they may dump it, who knows really, truly, but majority of the signs here are pointing down. This is a descending type of trend, no matter how you look at it, short-term descending trend. And until that short-term descending trend establishes higher highs and higher lows, you have zero reason to take a long position right now. I don't know why, but it just feels weird to take a long at 70K, to me, personally. Once more, we establish some range here, we get some more volume. There might be some reasons to take a long, but there's nothing here that I can see that really gives me any confidence in wanting to do so. And you should feel the same way too, not because I'm saying it, but because you see and you can use logic. Don't use your emotion. Your heart shouldn't be telling you that 70,000 is the bottom. That's foolhardy. My personal opinion, and yes, I think pun was intended when I said foolhardy. Either way you look at it, thanks so much again for watching. Do yourself a favor again, make sure you take advantage of this exclusive deposit bonus and progressive prize pool from Bitunix. Awesome offer, 28 days left. Really significant reward, 60,000 in prize pool. It's pretty awesome. Thanks again, Bitunix, for setting that up. Again, no KYC or VPN. Thank you too so much for just being an amazing part of my life. Click the link down below to consider joining our Discord, Telegram, or Twitter if you haven't already. I give you playout charts every time I analyze coins, so you understand kind of what my thoughts are when I cover them. All right, thanks again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.